We're live.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Hit it, everybody.
Ooh.
How's everyone doing tonight?
Awesome. Like super excited.
So excited.
I am super excited, but I said that. No, this is great. I unfortunately I was not able to make the last live stream due to some horrendous technical difficulties, but I'm glad to be here this time.
Oh, and I'm so excited because I was so upset. I was so upset when you couldn't.
I know. We got to have
Make
our
it.
Jesse on.
It was just a mess of tech problems, though. It was bad. It was really bad. I mean, it wasn't only on your side. It was on my side. It was on her side. The only people that were coming in clearly were Peter and Billy.
Right.
Which was good because they were hilarious.
Which is good because they're amazing.
Would have been nice if we weren't like freezing up and everything, but glad they were playing well.
It's true. Oh my gosh. We have 4 people watching.
Oh, hey guys. Thanks for joining us. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Drop a comment. Let me know who you are. Because I want to know who's in the room.
Right.
Let's talk. Let's talk some horror, everyone.
Talk horror.
Yes.
Do we have specific movies we wanted to cover?
Evelyn, I'm so excited for tomorrow.
Oh, girl. Hey.
Got my Diet Coke.
Got my iced tea.
Oh, is that what we're doing? Okay, fine.
What you drinking?
All right. I guess I'll wait till till Jesse gets back.
And I got my cheap beer, so there we go.
Hey, John. Happy Friday, yo.
Hey.
Hey.
Yes. So Jesse, to answer your question, which I was going to answer when you walked away, Evelyn's drinking a claw. There are no laws.
Oh, yeah.
Claws.
I know all about the claw.
No specific movies, just random movie talk. And hey, Billy.
Hey, Billy.
Billy, I'm so excited for Tuesday.
I miss your teeth, man.
It's true.
We need some Billy time.
Billy, what are you drinking? You drinking the claw too?
Billy loves the claws.
Claws.
So, Summer, if any of my amazing colleagues would like to participate in an interactive session, would I just send them the link to this actual page?
Oh, you can send them the link to either the Facebook page or the YouTube page.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go that way then.
Yep.
1 second, folks, as I get more people on board. Right.
Billy, I miss you, dude. I miss you. I can't wait. I'm so excited to record with your girl Evelyn tomorrow.
Yes.
Jesse, make your screen come back.
I didn't want to be rude looking at my phone while I was trying to.
Well, turn it back off.
Oh, right. That whole thing. All right. So what just happened was not anything. So.
Nothing. Nothing happened. What are you talking about?
that was just a whoop. What was that? What was going on here?
See, look,
Jesse definitely.
Jesse, you ruined it all.
Jesse definitely showed up for dress rehearsal for that. Absolutely.
Like, what are you doing, yo? Yes. Okay. So
and Evelyn's like, "Hey, love the new logo.
Yeah.
Here's the big reveal. Oh shit! We forgot we were going to do a whole thing with it."
Well, Evelyn,
wow.
in a while you'll get to see a bigger version of it. Okay.
Yes, right. That was just a teaser.
Yeah,
that was
a teaser.
Yes. I promise you, it'll look better. It'll look better in that. So, but anyway, sorry about that.
So, something we want to ask you guys is what movies we should do this year. Like, we have an idea of movies we want to do, but we want your ideas also, maybe mix them all up. So please feel free to contribute any sort of movie suggestions, because we're always looking for new ones, good ones, old ones.
And we're up for any movies, anything. Yep. We've seen them all, so
anything
throw them our way.
Horror or thriller, something spooky. But it doesn't have to be like a slasher, straight up horror. It could be psych thriller.
Ooh, I'd love something supernatural.
I really would like to do Sinister sometime soon because I love me some Sinister.
And we've been talking about the music, haven't we?
Mhm. Yep, that drum beat.
Yes.
Something I wanted to do, which I talked to Jamie about shortly a little while ago, it was for the month of August, doing for the entire month Wes Craven movies in honor of obviously Wes. Not only was he born in August, that's when he passed as well.
Mhm.
So he was born in August 2nd, and I forgot later, very much later, is when he died. So I thought that would be kind of fun idea. So not the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, obviously, because those are, we're going to spread those out, and they weren't all his, but anything else he's done, including what he produced.
Oh, well, that is a very full, rich pool of movies to choose from. So we'll definitely need your
David
guys' help
Lynch.
picking.
Okay.
Oh.
Evelyn, I'm writing stuff down as it happens. So there we go. Yeah, David Lynch has some messed up stuff.
I love it though. I would love to. Oh man. Ooh.
Cool. All right, keep them coming. We're going to be doing Leprechaun Part 2 for St. Patrick's Day, which is fun.
Oh, I love the Leprechaun series.
We did Part 1 last year, which was a lot of fun. Then we want to do, so we'll do Part 2 of that this year, and we'll just keep going until we run out of leprechauns every year. You ready, That one's good.
Yeah.
I actually remember when we did Leprechaun last year, and I remember it specifically because it was one of the first movies where I grabbed a significant number of lines from the movie to add to the actual podcast itself, to insert into the podcast. And because I had just started doing that maybe a month ago at the most. And so I remembered Leprechaun had so many good lines that I really appreciated that I started doing it that way, where I was just throwing the lines right into the actual conversation, because Summer had a whole list of the ones that she loved. And so
did Tori.
Right. Yeah, no, showed it. And so when I went to grab them, it was great because I was like, oh, cool. Now I can throw this one in and this one in and this one in. And then it just kind of became the norm. And I'm kind of glad it did, because it's
great.
It also gives me a good, it gives me a bit of a sample of the movie that you're watching if I haven't seen it before either. So
yeah,
it's win-win all around.
Yeah. And I love doing it that way.
Yeah, I agree. It's more, I feel like it's more, it gives the listener more context, like when you're relaying the line to kind of like hear how it sounded in the actual environment.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It was a growing process the first, maybe 3 or 4 months, especially, of what we'll do with the lines and the dialogue clips, where we put them, how we'll do them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's when we really started to fine tune it.
And Evelyn, I absolutely love your idea of Eraserhead. So
same,
absolute classic, and I would love if we do an episode on that sometime this year. So duly noted. I will make sure that one is kept in the back pocket. Summer's like, hey, do you have any ideas? And we just happen not to have done it yet. I'll be like, what about this one?
Eraserhead?
Yeah, I'm writing all this stuff down. So yeah. Edge of the Axe. John, I don't know that one.
Oh, I haven't seen it, but I can picture the cover in my head. I was just reading about this somewhere online. Yeah, but I haven't seen it yet, and I want to.
What's it about? Does anybody know?
I want to say it's a slasher.
Ooh, I like that.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure it's a slasher. I want to say it's a slasher in a mask. And I think it's a Spanish film.
Okay.
I hope I'm right. Am I close here? I'm pretty sure. Edge of the Axe is what we're talking about?
Yeah, so John can set us straight.
Can you confirm that synopsis, John?
It's a slasher. There's a mask.
There's an axe,
It's
maybe.
Spanish, I think, maybe.
There you go. 80 slasher from Spain. There you go. So
Okay.
Yes.
Is it subtitled or dubbed or? Yeah, we'll have to watch out for that one because I want some new stuff.
Yeah, I've been wanting to see it.
What's his name? Clark had me watch a really interesting one last night, and I forgot what it was called already. Do I still have it? No, it's out of my recent watches, but it was fun, and it was. He described it as like a lower budget Night of the Demons.
Oh, I love Night of the Demons.
Yeah, and it was very entertaining. It was very, very fun. What was it called? I'm looking through my texts to try to find it. I was looking for something to watch last night, and he's just like, "Well, how about this?" It's like, "Sounds good."
Hey, that's what friends are for.
Mm-hmm. So
when it's like, I need to watch a horror movie, and a good friend is there to tell you, "Hey, check this one out."
So while I was setting up our merch sites, I was like watching that movie, and I mean, it wasn't great, but it was great.
Those are some of the best kinds.
The Convent. He just texted me just now. Thank you, Clark.
Oh, I've never seen that.
No, yeah, it was 2000. I remember that part. Got that right. And for me, it was like, is this a full moon movie? It felt like a full moon movie. And it reminded me a lot of one that I loved called Witch House, which was a full moon movie. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do The Convent one time. So it's fun.
Okay.
Billy, you liked Witch House or The Convent? I have very, very fond memories watching Witch House for the first time. I rented it from the video store from Clark, actually.
Oh, Clark.
Hey, Nick. Thank you, Nick. So,
hey, Nick, thank you for the nice words.
Yeah,
Nick's awesome. Nick's a local, a Chicago local.
Okay.
Oh.
So yeah, he's out here.
Is there a reason why Nick was not been a guest on the show yet, or
because I haven't thought of it?
I'm just. I love that look. I was totally
because I haven't thought of it. Because in January, I just now got to the guests I've been talking about getting on for a month.
That was totally. But Nick, seriously, I'm sure that you're being considered among all. But
yep. It's happening, Nick.
Eventually, I mean, to be fair, I mean, if anybody wants to be a guest, I'm sure eventually we will have time for all of them. I mean, so
yeah.
But, I don't necessarily see that being a issue. Of course, I'm saying very famous last wordsy things right now. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out in actual.
John just sent me a picture of Edge of the Axe. It has a very cool cover.
Yeah, I've seen the cover.
Yeah.
Oh,
very,
yeah.
Very neat.
I'm looking at it right now, and it's really cool.
Yeah, I want to watch that just based on the cover because that's how I used to pick movies. Cool cover, rented it.
Yep.
Ah. We're always up for costumes or pajamas. I mean, either way.
Oh, yeah.
If it's live, you have to wear a costume, but it's probably not going to be.
I did a podcast with my girl from Ireland, Elena, to promote the movie that we did together, Crave. And she said it was me and like 6 other stars of the movie. And she's like, she sent us all a selfie and she goes, I propose that we all wear pajamas for this one. And so we all did. It was great.
Aww.
It was great.
Cozy.
It was a cozy podcast, but I mean, it wasn't videoed. It was just we saw each other, but that part is not going to be aired for everyone to see. So yeah, it was fun.
I say you release the costume video or the pajama video.
Pajama video, yeah.
Not costume, PJs.
Black robe with white mask. Well, I love that costume, but we might not be able to hear you very well under it.
We'll make it work.
Nick, what movies would you like to see the dolls do? I don't know if you heard that part of the conversation.
It is the running question of the evening. What
Mhm.
would you like us to talk about that we haven't already talked about?
Exactly. So, yeah, so I got lots of ideas, but I would like extra ideas. So, and of course, we
Can
want to
always use
get
more.
Yeah. Yeah, we want to get those things going. So, what have you guys been watching lately? What's your recent watches?
Are you asking us in the
Yeah.
room?
No,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh.
you and Jamie and well, also the people commenting for sure want to know. But Jamie, what have you been watching besides your homework?
Well, my homework for sure. But I did just rewatch the original Amityville Horror like a couple nights ago.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the looks in that
Mhm.
movie are so good. So that's the last one that I just watched.
We
Does
were
it- I'm sorry.
we
please
rewatch that one at least once a year.
Oh, it's so good. I haven't seen it in a while, so I just like got a wild hair to like put it on.
How about you, Jesse?
Does the answer have to be a horror answer? Because
Because
'Cause
you only
I-
watch the horror movies you do for the show.
for the most part, I will stumble. Hey, let's be straight here. I do occasionally watch horror movies at my leisure. I mean, like that's how I have the vested interest in House of a Thousand Corpses and Cabin in the Woods, for example. I also, if we ever do this, and it's definitely more on the comedy side than a horror, but it can easily be in the horror genre. If you ever do Tucker and Dale versus Evil, I will absolutely guest in on that one because I adore that movie for the same reasons why I adore Cabin in the Woods, because it's making fun of horror tropes while being a horror movie. So it's just a brilliant movie. But
Mhm.
I love that movie so much. I would be so down for that.
such a great movie.
I love horror comedies, so I'm always down for a horror comedy. Oh yeah.
And I was literally about to finish that thought by saying that if it's a horror comedy, there's actually pretty high odds that I have seen it because I do actually seek those out. Like Army of Darkness is one of my favorite movies of all time, and Shaun of the Dead. But to answer your simple question of what I'm watching now, I just started on Netflix earlier today the history of swear words, which is actually kind of good. It's interesting. I've only seen the first two, but yeah.
I
Hosted
saw
by-
the trailer and I wanted to see that.
very good. It's a little docu-series. It basically just kind of covers the etymology of the swear words, why they're considered swears, if they ever were. Obviously words don't begin as swear words, but just how they came to be. And it's an interesting approach. And I think it's good, but I'm only 2 episodes in, so I can't really give you a lot right now besides just that it's worth a peek. The episodes are like 22 minutes each, so it's not a there's probably like 7 or 8 episodes, I'm not sure, but yeah.
Nice. Language is so fun, so like I was really curious about that one. I've also been rewatching The Munsters, the TV show,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
and it is so cute and wholesome. I forgot like how many good puns there are in it. It is just like the sweetest, most wholesome like show that was ever created. It's so cute.
Yeah, we watch that every now and then. It's aired on one of our channels in the
Nice.
afternoon, so we stumble across it. A classic
So good.
all the way. Evelyn mentioned that we should be doing at some point Return to Horror High from 1987.
You know, I like my soul spirit.
Early George Clooney, okay? And who remembers the cover to that with a skeleton cheerleader saying the cheer?
Mhm.
Killer to the left, killer to the right, stand up, sit down, fright, fright, fright. That's another one I rented based on the cover alone, and I was not disappointed.
Yeah.
Also, Maureen McCormick is in it for a second.
Oh,
Yes,
it's been a while since I've seen that one.
and George Clooney had all that hair.
I kind of vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
I still
Another-
remember him. Oh, I'm sorry.
Another George Clooney one that would be fun would be Return of the Killer Tomatoes.
I love Return of the Killer Tomatoes. It's been a hot minute since I've seen that one too.
Yeah.
I have not seen that one, and I've seen I saw the original Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, but I've not seen Return.
Return is way funnier, like, but they know they're being funny. And
Oh, yeah.
they'll do things like product placement, like, this is my phone. And it's Apple, or whatever. Except they did it with things like toothpaste because it was the
Oh.
80s. And it had Anthony Stark in it as well as a starring role. So, and I love me some Anthony Stark. So good. So, yeah, it's a good one. So I want to do that sometime too because it'd be so funny.
Love that idea.
Absolutely down for it. Sure. So
Yep.
I think it'd be cool.
Billy, did you work with George for a second? Maybe.
Oh,
Hey, Billy, I was watching a random movie on TV the other day and you came across my screen.
aw, surprise, Billy.
I'm like, I know that guy.
You know that
and
face.
it was Space Cowboys right in the beginning.
Oh.
And I'm like, I know that guy.
Aw.
That's our man Billy.
That's great.
Yeah, that happens a lot with Billy. So like I was just watching ER one day and he just comes across the screen.
Aw.
And I'm like, that's Billy. Billy, you were the best part of the movie, just so you know. Oh, wow. Yeah. So these are all good suggestions. Thank
So good.
you. Mm-hmm.
So, sorry. I was just going to mention our page if this is a good timing for it. So,
yes.
go ahead and send a link here to everybody. So our Patreon page is patreon.com/The Dolls of Horror. And if any of you tonight are feeling ever so generous and want to subscribe to help our cause, Patreon will keep track of like when subscribers come in. And if anybody who subscribes tonight during this live stream, and you can subscribe for as little as $5, we'll put you in a drawing for a Dolls of Horror t-shirt, one style of which we are all wearing, and you can kind of check it out. It's got our awesome logo, and it's got our font that Jamie is ever so fond of.
And underneath it says the spot to feed your tormented addiction. See, Jamie's is best.
So if you want to look badass like the three of us and are feeling generous at the same time, go on to that link and follow patreon.com/Dolls of Horror, and we will check it out after the broadcast. We will randomly select a subscriber and give them a t-shirt
and we will randomly select. We'll do another live stream and we'll do it live so people can see it happen.
So no funny business on our part. It'll be it'll be a fair drawing.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yes. So no funny business. We're not picking someone because we know and like them. It's going to be legit.
And we'll just keep that going for every live stream. Every next live stream will have the winner from the previous live stream drawn. So
yeah, because we want to do this like once a month, maybe just a little chit chat, little fun.
Yeah.
So Nick, just follow that link. It's super easy. Okay. And if you have any questions, just let me know. So Jesse, thank you. I have another piece of news, and that is I put up our new logo on Redbubble last night.
The best site. I love Redbubble. So many things.
You can get the Dolls of Horror logo on coffee cups, on blankets, on scarves, on clocks, notebooks, diaries, t-shirts, of course, of all different styles, hoodies, wall art, pillows, backpacks, mini skirts.
What?
And that's only half of it. Clark texted me last night. He's like, "Oh my god, I just got on Redbubble," and just I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I kind of went crazy." Phone cases.
What? I literally want this new logo on everything I own.
I really do. Yeah, so Redbubble has a lot of fun merchandise that's not just t-shirts. It's coffee cups, and it's like the really nice reusable water bottles with the twist off top
Ooh.
that you can hook onto your backpack, and they're metal. And Jamie liked the mini skirt.
I'm getting me one of those. Maybe two.
You are too, Jesse.
Oh, absolutely. But should
Yes, Nick.
are we ready for the reveal now? The second but really first reveal.
Yes,
Oh.
the reveal.
The big reveal.
Let's do it, Jesse.
All right.
The logo by my man from my hometown, Clark.
Ta-da!
Woo!
No, we'll
Yay!
probably use those interchangeably in some areas. Obviously, the podcast for all the podcast related stuff, but and the one on the left for anything that is just the universe of the Dolls of Horror.
Right. And there's the one that says the Dolls of Horror podcast, that's in the middle, but then there's also the one with it down below. But also I have another copy of the one with it down below that says podcast at the bottom. I mainly wanted these two styles because some merch I ran into problems with the old logo, that the logo was too wide for it.
Oh, mm-hmm.
So I'm like, if we can just make it smaller, like more narrow, and put the words underneath it, that would be super swell. So Nick, just Facebook me your details, of course. And for the shirt drawing, you can either get the ones that we're wearing now with just the words, or either of the logos. Yeah, model it, girl, model it. Or just the logos. So it's totally up to you. You have options. Options are fun, right?
Right.
Oh, so fun. But I'm like so obsessed with the new logo. It's
I'm
so cute.
obsessed. So
And like,
obsessed.
man, Clark just like did like, I'm just amazed at how
Yep.
good he is.
You knocked it out of the park. Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
it's excellent. And for
And
those,
it was a big, huge collaboration over a couple of months. We were very, very, we worked very closely on it, and it was a partnership, and it was really neat and really nice.
It was a fun experience.
Yeah. Yeah. And he was very much like, oh, it has to be perfect.
I know. First doodle, like first sketch of it, we were like, it's amazing, like done. But he was like, no, there's more. We got to add color. We got to.
I got to fix the sketch. This is just a first sketch.
I was already very, very impressed.
Yeah, I love the new logo. I am so obsessed with it. Yeah, John is actually a Patreon subscriber as well. And we love and appreciate you, John, and all the support that you give us.
absolutely.
And we got to get him a shirt, because he was our Patreon supporter for the longest. He was our Patreon supporter before we had shirts, before we had perks.
He was the founding supporter. Like he's
Yeah, he's been with us since the beginning.
Mhm.
So
We love you.
yeah, we love you, John.
And as a thank you, he was our first ever guest. So
Yep, for the collector and the collection episode. Go check it out.
was that literally was it that
Mhm.
like a year ago now?
Yep.
Exactly.
It was either January or February.
Man, been so long.
I think it was January. Might have been March.
No, I'm pretty sure it was January. I'm almost positive it was January. Because I feel like it was not that we weren't too terribly deep into.
Yeah.
I'm also stalling a smidge because I'm trying to see the collector collection. Ooh, although according to my, does that mean we did not have a guest until March 5th?
Yep.
Maybe. Okay. I stand corrected. It was absolutely March. Okay. Because I was just looking at the folder
whenever that was. Yeah. Because I know it wasn't February, because that was Women in Horror Month.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't then. So it was either January or March. But John's been our supporter since we started doing the show, pretty much episode 1. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's really it's very flattering, and it's awesome how much support that we have gotten in a relatively small amount of time. I mean, I remember one of your anecdotes with Tori back in the day when you were talking to Mike. When it was only like maybe 4 or 5 episodes in, and you had been reaching out to people who had talked about having listened to earlier episodes, and they were saying, and you were politely going to remind them like, oh, we're going to post another one in a few days if you want to stand by. And then it turned out they were like, oh no, I have like my updates notified, and they would just,
Hi, how's everyone doing?
hey Clark.
Oh,
We
hey,
have Clark,
Clark.
the artist of this amazing logo.
I'm actually cooking right now, so if I look weird, that's why.
Ooh, what you making?
What's for
I'm being
supper?
I'm being super white and I'm making potato soup.
I love potatoes.
There you go. So you guys just unveiled it?
Yes, about
Yeah.
5 minutes ago.
I'm super excited.
Yeah, we are so excited. And I was telling the story, Clark, about last night when you looked at the Redbubble.
Oh, yeah.
And then
I was
you
like-
texted me.
I was really close to getting that bath mat.
There's a bath mat too?
There's a
Oh my
bath
god.
It
telling
looks
you.
pretty good.
Okay, I definitely want the bath mat too. I really want that mini skirt. That's at the top of my list, but I want the coffee cup. I want the bath mat.
They
Clark,
have like,
Evelyn
No.
wants to know if your soup is with cheese.
what was that?
Evelyn wants to know if your soup is with cheese.
Yes, I always put cheese on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of really the only way to make soup, in my opinion. You have to have food.
Yeah.
You've got to be somewhere.
So I am actually going to post, if I can get it to work, that's not the right link, the Redbubble link for y'all to look at if you want.
I'm definitely going to get the drawstring bag because it looks so good. And
Yeah.
then probably 6 magnets.
I love me some magnets.
I do too. I have quite a collection of them, so I need to add a few more.
Yeah.
I'm messing
you
up
guys,
my phone. here.
Uh-oh.
Were you guys looking into Facebook chat?
One more time?
Well-
Were you guys looking at the Facebook chat? Because there's a few people that were saying some things. I don't think you guys saw those.
Oh, I did
got-
not.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know if we're not getting messages. I mean, we're getting messages via Facebook through the feed here, but I don't
Oh, okay.
know if they're posting through the live feed, we should be getting it.
Yeah.
Did you
Let's see here.
guys see what I put? Like, have you guys done Night of the Creeps?
No. But
Oh, yeah.
Jamie and I were actually talking about that one last week.
Yeah, we
Okay.
were.
So yeah, you're
be
not
so
seeing a
dumb.
whole bunch of people commenting. Then.
No.
Oh, I didn't see those guys.
Nope, I'm not seeing those either.
Nope.
Yeah, someone said like you should do like the Blade Trinity or the Blade trilogy.
Oh. No, I
I-
definitely did not see that.
There it is. Okay.
I can try and monitor Facebook.
Night of the Creeps, we were actually already talking about doing at some point. So
Shit, it's
that's a
fun.
really good one. I know. I want the haunts to happen too, Nick. I need my conventions back too.
Right?
Yep.
Have you guys been to the Universal Studio ones?
No. Yeah,
No.
once. 1 year.
Uh-uh.
So fun.
It was so good. The year
Yeah.
I went, it was a trip through Vaughn's.
Oh, okay.
They like
Oh.
reserved the park.
What was that? Like
Yeah.
10 years ago?
Or 13 maybe.
Wow.
I know. I need my conventions back. And we had so much fun. And the haunts were Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th, and A Nightmare on Elm Street.
It's a good
How
one.
fun.
You know, they were so good. The Chainsaw Massacre house was amazing. Like it really stank like meat, like rotted meat.
Nice. It wouldn't be right if it didn't stink like meat.
Yeah, and it felt like really damp inside of it. I mean, it was so cool.
That's what I call the fun time. Like,
The one of my favorite ones they did the Evil Dead, but the
Nice.
I love
TV show.
Huh?
But it
The
was
Ash
really
versus
funny
Evil
because
Dead.
yeah, you would have like a guy with like an ash mask pop out after scaring you. And they
Oh,
had
that
a
sounds
really
so
good
fun.
Shining one.
Oh, that would be
Oh.
so
Shining,
cool.
yeah.
Nice.
Elena sent me a video from the one for Poltergeist.
Oh, that
Oh,
was
yeah,
so
that was
cool.
Or was that you?
Yeah,
I think it was Elena because we were talking
I
about
think
it.
it was Alina. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Mhm. And they did a Killer Clowns one, Clark, we talked about on your episode.
Yeah, that was so colorful and so fun.
Oh, yeah. With the
That's the one
music
I really
playing.
would want to go to. Yeah.
What is closer to you guys, California or Florida?
For me, it's
For me,
Florida.
California.
Oh, okay.
We're
Well,
almost like equidistant between the two. It's kind of,
Right.
Mhm.
Well, I was gonna say if you guys ever come out this way for one, we should all do it. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Count me
Oh,
in.
absolutely.
Totally want to go to do that. Because I went and it
Mhm.
was so much fun. It was so fun
Mhm.
that time. I've always wanted to go back and do it again, and it just never worked out.
Yeah. They've been doing like Stranger Things ones lately, and they're okay. But they had Us last year, and that was really fun.
Oh,
The problem with that for me is I've never seen the show, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
well.
I wish.
Yeah,
they'd do
that
some
might
American
be
Horror
kind of
Story.
like, yeah, that would be fun.
Have you guys thought about doing like the Final Destination movie or something?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that would be good. I love the first one. Actually, I love like the franchise as a whole for the most part. It's really fun and it's made me terrified for like my whole life of certain things. Like driving behind a car, the thing with the logs, I can't do it.
Still to this day, anytime I see
I
one, I'm
know
like,
how this goes.
maybe I'll get in the other lane.
Same.
Just so long as AC/DC doesn't come on the radio.
All right.
Right?
I really love all the Final Destinations except I think it's the fourth one.
Which one is
it's
like what's the big like what's the thing?
Like NASCAR.
NASCAR?
Okay.
Yeah, that was
Mhm.
like
Yep,
whatever.
that's the one I'm yeah.
That one was really whatever, but I really love the fifth one. Hi, Christy. My girl, Christy.
Hey.
But yeah. So I love the first one and I love the last one.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons. I'm not going to say anything about why because if you haven't seen it, then watch it.
Spoiler.
I think they're making a new one,
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, I
really?
wanna say.
Okay.
but don't quote me because I thought Scream was coming out this year.
Well, a lot of things are supposed to be coming out this year
Right.
True.
and last year, so everything is delayed
Yeah.
now.
Are you
Yeah.
guys gonna watch Halloween that comes out? The new one?
Oh yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't know if you guys are big Michael fans up in here.
I'm a medium Michael fan,
Okay.
but
You're a
Halloween Part 6 was my very first theater horror movie. And
Oh,
while it's
how
not a
cute.
great movie,
Yeah.
it's all that nostalgia. Well, it had Paul Rudd in it, so that was fine.
That's right. Oh.
But yeah, so it was not a
Right.
great movie. It definitely was not the worst in the series, but it wasn't the best. And when I went to go see the 2018 Halloween, I got the feels when the music came on and the pumpkin came on, and I was like, got goosebumps. And I was
Aw.
just like, I'm 12 years old again.
Aw.
Or 14, or
Michael
however
Myers.
old I was in 1996.
Yeah. Michael Myers making me feel like just a girl again.
Yeah, so I'm a medium Michael fan. I might be more of a Jason fan than Michael. I don't know. I like them all. What about you guys? Who do you like best of all your
Well-
majors? Like the Freddy, Jason, Michael, Leatherface.
Freddy's
you
my
can even go
favorite.
Ghostface and Chucky if
I-
you want.
I'd have to. I mean, my
Freddy.
best, I was gonna say Freddy's got to be the best for me, only because he's got all the witty one-liners. And
Mhm.
Exactly. He's fun.
like everybody else, like they have just their own style of how they kill people, and that's fine. But like they don't bring anything new to the table besides
Right.
how they kill people, you know. But Freddy at least is very, he's a smart ass, and so that's definitely speaks to me way more so. So out of all of the classic horror villains, easily Freddy is my choice.
Yeah.
Same. I love
Same.
him.
I would. Freddy and Ghostface are my favorite.
Yeah.
And then I do like Michael and Jason, but they're just meh, kind of like with their
Right.
kills and stuff.
Yeah.
I do really like Leatherface. I do. I like his pretty woman like face the best, and like his suit and that whole scene is really great. That's my favorite Leatherface face is the pretty woman face.
So who do you like better out of like say Pinhead and Leatherface?
A Pinhead.
Ooh, I'd have to
Pinhead?
say Pinhead.
Mhm. Pinhead for me.
Yeah,
No,
Pinhead is
Pinhead,
awesome.
Doug
man.
Bradley is just so cute. I'm just so sorry. He just is.
Aw, he
And
seems
he has
really
that beautiful
cute.
voice.
Because I think
Yeah.
three of like the scary killers that are like kind of charismatic would be like Freddy and Pinhead and Candyman.
Yeah. Well, we
Oh,
all know how I
definitely.
feel about Candyman. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Candyman's my man. So our logo, myself, John Mitchell. John, what's up? How you doing? Leprechaun. John, I worked
Hey.
with John Mitchell over at Paisanos when I first started there. Leprechaun's fun. I like the Leprechaun a lot.
I'm pretty sure. I think that's my friend John Mitchell. I could be. Be.
Oh wow, could be a different John Mitchell. Wouldn't that be fun if it was the same?
Hey John, did you ever work at Paisanos?
No, because my John also spells it Jon.
Oh, okay.
So that's crazy.
No, I'm pretty sure that's
That'd be so cool.
my former coworker and very missed colleague from my old job. But yeah.
What do we got?
Mhm.
Art the Clown is good. Nick says Art the Clown. Unfortunately, he
yeah.
only has one movie now too, but like he's so limited. Ghostface. John Morgan says Victor Crowley because he's from Louisiana, so he's biased.
Victor
You know-
Crowley is
One,
awesome.
You know, John, we've been talking about Vic Crowley for a couple of weeks now because we're doing
Good
all
old Vic.
those episodes. Scream 3. Billy says Michael and he drives a car. Yeah. John Mitchell, it is my John or is Jesse's John? But yeah, so yeah, I love Freddy. I love Candyman. Of the voiceless slashers, probably Jason, maybe.
Of the voiceless, I mean, I guess Leatherface or I do like Michael. He's kind of in the middle
Yeah.
for me too. Mm-hmm.
The problem with the Friday the 13th movies is what I was talking about with you, Jamie, was that there's just so many disposable characters and they just throw 20 people in to get killed and you don't know who these people are. Whereas
True.
the Halloween has less characters, so they can talk about them more. You learn more about them. You care about them, right?
So you're sadder when they die.
Right, and you also know who they are.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, which one was that again? And we realized this when I was playing the Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees trivia game with my girl Sarah back home one day.
There's a trivia game.
I was just gonna
Yes.
say, hold on, that sounds fun.
It's a card trivia game where you draw a card and there's question and there's multiple choice answers. And now we are so good, we thought, with our Freddy knowledge and our Jason knowledge that we're like, we're not going to give each other multiple choice. You're just going to know, right? We
Mhm.
both dominated the Freddy stuff, even the difficult questions that were really obscure. We just knew. The Freddy things would say things like, well, for example, I'm just shouting this out because I know the name, but like, how did Marcy die in Friday the 13th part whatever? And we both were like, who's Marcy?
Yeah.
Was she the act to the head girl?
You know, I think so, because that was part 1. So there was less characters, but there's so many other characters that I don't even remember their names
No.
in
Yeah.
all the sequels. So we're just like, who's that?
Yeah.
We don't even know who that is or who that looks like.
See?
So these people are just thrown in there to get killed, whereas the Freddy ones and the Candyman, of course, and the Michael Myers has less characters thrown in to get killed.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
like Jason, you get people who die from like eating a banana and then getting stabbed, and you're like, okay, who was that?
Yeah,
He did now.
it's true. Which blonde was it?
They did now.
Sarah just texted me. I think Sarah's watching. I sent her a link.
Oh.
She just texted me. It was hard. It was so hard. And it was, right? Remember that? Oh, girl. It was so hard. But we dominated that Freddy stuff, didn't we?
Aw, we should do a horror trivia live stream sometime. What
Oh, that will be
do
next.
you guys think? That sounds like fun.
I have them.
We should do that for our next live stream.
Let's do it for our next
Ah.
live stream. And I've only played it once with Sarah, and I've never looked at the cards after we played the game because I didn't want to cheat. And each card has like 6 questions on it. So
Oh, shit.
Oh, so
Okay.
you have specific. You're referring to a specific game. I thought we were doing trivia.
no
Okay.
specific game, and the questions are hard, like really obscure sometimes.
Okay.
So yeah.
If you well, we can obviously talk after the stream, but that sounds awesome, and we should absolutely be doing that for the next live stream.
Yeah.
I think that would be so fun.
Yeah, it was so much fun. And Sarah Clark, Sarah is the person that I would always come into Hollywood Video with and rent movies with.
Oh, okay.
We lived
I bet
together
you
for
I bet you if I
What?
saw her face, I'd recognize her.
yeah, we lived together for like forever until I moved here. So she's
Cute.
my horror buddy ever since I was like a kid. We'd spend all weekend watching horror movies together. So yeah. So she's the perfect person to play the Freddy and Jason trivia game. And then I did bring the Trivial Pursuit for horror movies, which is really, really hard because it was all horror movies from every year ever. So the 20s to now.
Like
Oh,
a so this was like a horror themed Trivial Pursuit?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have to have that. I have to have that.
And it was all horror. It wasn't just
Oh.
80s. It wasn't just Freddy. It wasn't just slashers. It was everything since the beginning of film on.
Okay. We need to play that too.
It was so hard.
Give me 75 up, maybe, but anything other than that, I'm like,
I know. It was so hard. Oh, yeah. Sarah is saying, like, the question about. Now, I think this question I knew. I think I had a vision of it, but I definitely know it now. What is the number on Johnny Depp's jersey?
2013, 23?
No.
No?
No.
24?
No.
Is it 2 digits?
It's with a 2, right?
No.
Oh,
No?
it's with a 3.
I hope I'm
So
not
is
wrong.
it 14 then?
I think it's 10.
Oh, it could be 10.
Oh.
Do you guys
It
know?
doesn't-
I'm pretty sure it's 10.
Doesn't Tatum wear the same
Yeah.
number in
She
screen?
does,
Okay.
yes.
I was just
And-
gonna say, and it's a cropped jersey too.
Yeah, it was an homage. Don't you love those men tank tops they wore in Nightmare on Elm Street and Sleepaway Camp?
Girl, don't even get me started. I wish that was still as popular.
If I
So,
was skinny enough, I would wear it.
so after a quick image search of Johnny Depp Nightmare on Elm Street, I got the answer is 10. So yes.
10.
10.
Yeah.
Good job.
Great.
I think, yeah, that's the question that Sarah remembers most. That's what she said. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I think I knew it as 10, but it was hard. And yeah, Sarah, do you remember the Trivial Pursuit horror? Every time we didn't know an answer, we just shouted out as an answer Wes Craven, because that's the only name we could think of.
I like that that's the default answer. Wes Craven.
It was the default answer.
Was it right some of the time?
Once.
Okay.
But for how often we used it, the percentage was not great.
Gotcha.
That's how little of the answers we knew.
Wow.
Here's a great. I love this picture because I know exactly when this happens in Nightmare on Elm Street. But here's Johnny
This was
Depp.
Craven too.
It is in his 10 jersey in all his glory. There he is.
There's the 10.
There's-
I love it when he stands up and it's a belly shirt.
I
Right.
do too. Rocking that crap. Crap top.
You wore it well. You wore it
Yes.
That is so fun. Sarah says exactly. He's my favorite, referring to Wes Craven.
He's pretty great.
And Wes is awesome.
Wes is so awesome. Sarah, I don't know if you saw the beginning of this live stream, but Jamie and I want to do an entire August of Wes Craven movies. Not like the Freddy movies, but his lesser known movies.
I like Red Eye.
Red Eye's so good.
Mhm.
I've been wanting to rewatch that. I really loved Red Eye.
Red Eye's good. I have that one.
And then I just saw for the first time Deadly Friend.
For the first time?
We were just talking
Yeah.
about that. I haven't seen it yet.
It's good.
It's wacky. I liked it.
It's fun.
You know what wacky 80s horror movie that I would totally be on board, and it's totally would be like a summer one, and whether or not we would get to it by the end of this summer. But if we can, I know we're not talking about Stephen King yet, but I figured we're going to eventually get there anyway.
Mhm.
But if we ever do Maximum Overdrive, I am totally on board with talking about that movie. 'Cause
Yeah.
I love the hell out of that movie for so many.
Wasn't he like coked out
I
of his
would be
mind
so
when he
down.
did it?
Well, it's the only one he directed of all the movies that they made into screenplays. It's the only one he directed, and it was also like I think it was also one of the ones he liked the least.
Yeah.
So it was.
I
it
think,
was-
yeah,
he
I
has
think
a
that's
weird
what he
sense of
said.
So he hung up his directing hat for that.
pretty much. He's like, I'll give it a stab, and then it just did not go well at all. So, but you have
Yeah.
Emilio Estevez, and you have 80s crazy like 80s special effects. I mean, you can't go wrong with that movie. It's just
So
a
good.
great premise. Crazy alien cloud makes all the machines
is.
kill people. Like it's just the greatest premise for a movie ever.
I love it, but I think we're all
Pretty much.
close to the same age. And do you guys get the same problem I do whenever I see a movie with Emilio Estevez? I'm like, Emilio from Neither Roxbury.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
It's very hard to say that name and not immediately hear that line in my head. So it's
Uh-huh.
Right.
Oh yeah, it's impossible.
like Pavlovian at this point. Yeah, it's just Emilio. Emilio.
I really love this one Wes Craven movie. He didn't direct it; he produced it, though. Don't Look Down. Have any of you seen it?
I have.
No.
Very Hollywood Video 2006 kind of range.
Yeah, it was 1998.
What's my
But-
thought, I guess.
It was also a made-for-TV movie.
Okay.
But I saw it first
Huh.
run. Tubi has it now, so I saw it again, and I enjoyed it just as much as I did the first time. So, yeah.
But you guys
Yeah.
have already done, you already did People Under the Stairs, right?
Yeah, we did that
We did.
early.
Oh, you did. Mm-hmm.
We titled that episode "Who's Your Leather Daddy?"
That's where the Leather Daddy reference came from.
Inspired by Alex.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Inspired
Aw,
by
hey,
Alex.
Shout out.
today, man. Who's your leather daddy?
That one would actually be a good one to do a remake of, like for now.
I wish. It'd be so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. What other Stephen King movies do y'all like? Both people in the chat and you guys.
Stephen King movies.
Mhm.
Well, I love Carrie. I really love Brian De Palma's Carrie. So good.
I
And
actually-
Cujo.
Cujo?
Cujo. I watched Cujo at a bad age because it really it wasn't like it was scary. I mean, it was scary because I was young, but it was less that it was scary and more just like it was so traumatic for me to like
It is
just
traumatic.
go through all of this shit. Like it's so harrowing for a younger. I shouldn't have been watching it. Let's be straight here, but but I was.
It's tough as a kid. Yeah.
But,
I appreciate it now, but like, yeah, it definitely upset me in the past. I still feel kind of bad for Cujo. I mean, I feel bad about the whole situation, but the mom is such a strong performance, and like, I just appreciate it more now than I used to.
and here's what's interesting is that I watched Cujo knowing that it was another Stephen King movie, and I watched it on the heels of like somewhat recently after I had watched Christine for the first time. Now I loved Christine, and I thought even as a kid I was like, this movie's so that car's so cool. Like that's my thought. So I'm like, oh, another Stephen King movie. I'll watch this, and then I watch Cujo. I'm like, oh my god, I can't sleep now. But but yeah,
Christine also had the best soundtrack ever.
Christine rocks.
Doesn't Christine have ties to like Halloween? Like someone did it, right? Whether it be like the cinematographer or Carpenter or somebody, I don't remember. Like did someone involved in Halloween do something?
Good.
With
John
Christine?
Carpenter liked to use a lot of the same people.
Oh god.
Over and over again because he knew them and he liked how they worked. So Sarah says Rose Red is a good Stephen King, and it is. I love Rose Red.
We almost got married there.
Wait, what?
we have like we're looking at places, and then his sister found the Rose Red where you could actually rent it out for weddings now, where they shot the film. Yeah.
wow.
What?
That's awesome.
Why didn't I know this when I got married?
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
Redo.
right? I had a friend that got married in the house that was used for the remake of The Shining in Colorado.
How cool.
Yeah, and it's such a beautiful place. And I was like, Jen, that's amazing. And she's not even a horror fan. She didn't even know what she had. And I'm like, I'm like, you got married at the Real Overlook Hotel? What?
That is so cool.
Because I think I told you guys this before. This is the hotel that Stephen King was actually at when he wrote the book. So it was not only inspired by this hotel, but that's where they filmed the remake. So I was like, you got married at the Real Overlook? Are you kidding me?
Nice.
So cool.
No, but Rose Red, I would love to go see that place. We would love that one too. We watched that a lot.
Totally. Misery. I love Misery.
Misery was
good.
Misery
Hey,
was
Clark, Annie Wilkes representing Bakersfield.
If we're known for anything, I think it's the porta potty from Castaway.
I don't know what it was about like I have a weird relationship with Misery in that I knew it of its existence when it was brand new. And I remember seeing the previews for it all the time and everything. And I remember not wanting to see it because in every preview they kept showing the setup to where she was about to break his leg. And it was like it kept getting under my skin so much that I just didn't want to see it. And then it didn't dawn on me like, well, I could see it and just like look away at that part. Like I just don't want to deal with this movie because it's gonna mess me up, you know. So now fast forward I don't know 2010-ish, like 10 years ago, and I go to check it out. And I was like, this is actually a really decent movie. And I really hate that I went this long not having seen it just because I was, worried about, it was still gross, but I mean, it wasn't nearly like I had it all built up in my head. So, but yeah, Misery is excellent. As far as like just the story. I love the psychological horror where it's like you can almost, you don't agree with the psychosis, but you can see it. You can like empathize with it, and those are usually like the most effective horror movies for me. Is when it's like you almost have a teeny bit of compassion for the killer, but it's like, but at the same time, your brain's like, I don't want to feel sorry for this person. Like this is and then that's going on in your head while you're watching everything unfold, and so. those are usually the types of horror movies that I like have to watch in like wide gaps from each other because it takes a lot of emotional energy to
It does.
set from
Well,
that.
Well, Jesse, they really pussed out on the Misery movie compared to what they did to him in the book. In the book, I don't know if any of you have read it before.
I haven't. I want to.
She slowly cuts off all his limbs.
Mm.
And so instead of
Ooh.
hobbling him with breaking his legs, she is cutting feet off and
Oh, gee.
legs off. And yeah,
Admittedly, though, I would
it's
have.
brutal.
I wouldn't have minded watching it.
Yeah, it is brutal. They really wussed out on that movie compared to what he had done to him in the book. It is insane.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. I think it probably, and this is literally just a guess. I have no education on this whatsoever, information on it, but I think that probably would make for a harder to because I think for the screenplay, I think if they did that, then it would be. I think it might be because I feel like Stephen King sometimes when he writes, I think there's this process when somebody sees his work and like I want to make a movie out of this. There's this process that whoever's writing the screenplay is going to be like, okay, well, I can't put that in there because that's fucking insane. So I'm
Yeah.
sure that
Yeah.
they go through this process every time they try to adapt a Stephen King novel to a movie.
Do you mean with like his whole it part where like the kids got down and dirty in the sewer?
Yeah. Yeah. They
My
didn't,
husband doesn't
they
believe me
didn't
that
decide to put
actually
that
happened.
in either of the movies.
Are you
Yeah,
I
my
know.
husband
Like,
did not believe
whoa.
me that it actually happened in the
Like,
movie
oh
in
my
the book. And I was
Lord.
like, yes, it did.
I know. I was explaining that to someone and I'm like, ooh, yeah, things happen.
Yeah, I was way too young to be reading that book when I did. It's such a strange, discombobulated book, though. It's so
It
hard.
is.
It's so hard to get through.
It is.
It's so back and forth, and yeah, I'm a fan of the original It over the remake they just did. But you know, Tim Curry's my man.
I do love Tim Curry as Pennywise so much. So much.
Yeah, and Nick mentioned in the comments earlier, he says that it is supposed to have ties with the Lord of the Rings and the spidery creature and that turtle, referring to Peter Jackson.
Okay.
But Nick, did you ever see that thriller that Peter Jackson did early on, starring the girl from Rose Red, Melanie Linsky? I forgot what it was called. But it was like a thriller, and it was early 90s.
I don't know if I know that one. And I really like early Peter Jackson. Like Dead
Mhm.
Alive is one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah.
Ever. I love that movie so much.
I couldn't get into Bad Taste though,
I like Bad Taste too.
but you also
But I
like
like Dead
trauma
Alive
movies.
better. I do.
Heavenly Creatures is what I'm trying to think of.
Oh, with the chick from Titanic.
Yeah. Yep, that's the one.
Yeah,
Kate Winslet.
That's a crazy
Oh.
movie.
Yeah, 1994.
They did
Never
a
seen
Simpsons
it.
episode that was paying homage to it.
Oh.
Who directed? We're talking about Stephen King. Who directed The Langoliers? That
We
was
just-
in.
We just talked about that. That was
We did.
guy from Hatchet, part 2. Guy
Oh.
who directed Child's Play.
Okay.
Tom Holland.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
Mm.
And he adapted it. He wrote it.
Okay, because I remember that one being a little bit off the beaten path. Like it was, like it was kind of a slow burn, but it was also kind of a random burn too. So, I liked it, but it wasn't one of his best movies, by far. But I remember I was just my brain was just rattling off
Mhm.
Stephen King movies that I have seen that
Mhm.
I do appreciate. But if we're talking about Peter Jackson, I mean, once again, falling into horror comedy, and Summer and I actually talked about this a few months ago, was The Frighteners.
Mhm.
That's a good one.
I love The Frighteners.
Such a great movie. And it's
I have that in my collection. Mhm.
I like Frighteners so much.
Yes, Evelyn, it was.
I'd be willing. I think Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future. I mean, you're not going to beat anything else that he ever did as far as that role. But
Sure.
Frighteners is right behind it. Like his performance in the Frighteners is really good, and so that's another. Once again, like if it's a horror comedy and it's been out for a while, I've probably seen it because that's the genre that I tend to gravitate towards.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw some movie with him where he was like a baby. He saw like baby fat on him. Class of 1984 or something like that? No, it was something like that where the substitute. I don't know. It was something with a teacher.
What are you referencing?
Michael J. Fox. There was a movie he was in when I was like, oh, he was like not even a big character in it, and he had like baby fat on him and stuff like that.
Was it one of his earlier movies?
Aw.
Like
and it was like big. Yeah, let's pre that. It was basically like there was a teacher that worked at a school, and the children were all super, super bad. And then I think at one point they like raped his wife, and the teacher ends up killing all the people. It was crazy.
Oh.
And I think they beat up Michael J. Fox, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh wow.
It's in the hospital.
Poor,
But it was
poor
it was
baby
interesting.
Michael J. Fox.
You find the
Sarah
funniest
love
things on
that.
TV.
Sarah just mentioned liking Salem's Lot for Stephen King.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
In Pet Cemetery, of course. So
Oh, Pet Cemetery is a good
Oh.
one.
Yes.
Original, of course.
the original, yeah. I did not see the reboot.
I did, and the only thing I liked about it was the cinematography. Everything else is just like
You like that CGI?
Yeah.
Stuff, or not that, but
I do like the mist. I like the CGI mist, and I like the mountains, but everything else is like no, just no, big no.
I have a quick question for the girls. Last time we talked about Nightmare on Elm Street 2010. Did either of you actually watch it again, or
Not
for
yet.
the first time?
Yeah, I haven't
No.
seen it. The remake, right? I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Okay, Jamie, when we're done doing our Hatchet homework, because we're recording a bunch of episodes of Real Quick, we're gonna make a point to watch this. Not for a movie review,
Enjoyment?
but to watch it to see if I like it any better than I did, and if you like it at all.
All right. Let's do it. I've been seeing it on, I don't know if it's on Tubi or whatever. I've been seeing it as I scroll by, and I'm like,
it was on
maybe I
Tubi.
should.
I think it still
Maybe I
is.
saw it on Tubi. Yeah.
Yeah, it was on Tubi. I actually own it on digital on like iTunes because I bought for my travels. They were selling like a Nightmare on Elm Street, all of them as a whole for like $50 or like $40 or something. So I went and I bought them digital to watch them on the planes and stuff when I'm out traveling and stuff. I did that a couple years ago, and I'm not sorry.
Nor should
So, but it did include the remake, so I have it on my iPod and iPad, and I have not watched it since I got it. I always go for part 3 and part 4.
Yep.
Of course.
mhm. Oh yeah.
My dinner's done, so I'm actually going to head out.
Okay.
But I just wanted to say thank you for having me on, and I had so much fun making your guys' logo.
and it
then,
looks so good.
So
well,
good.
you deserve to be on some product, Jamie. You've been a part of this team for a while, right?
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Thank you.
And then Summer and I are in talks right now to see if maybe I might do something different. I don't know. See how that goes. It'll be fun. But
I'm excited.
I
Will
hope
do.
that people love it as much as I loved making it.
Oh, well, I'm so grateful to you, and it's beautiful, and I want one of everything. There it is.
I was
one
gonna
of
say I want it on
everything with
everything.
it. Jamie wants the mini skirt.
I want the mini skirt.
All right, so you guys have fun. I'll still be listening though, okay?
Okay,
Okay.
thank you for popping on, Clark.
Bye, Clark.
Bye.
And
Yeah.
Aw.
Oh my gosh, come back.
and we lost Summer too. Everyone's
Yep.
leaving. No,
All right.
podcast on.
Oh, we did just lose her.
All right, Jamie,
Well,
we have to save the show. Okay,
I
quick.
know. Stephen King, Jeffrey Combs is in The Frighteners.
I'm back.
Okay, cool. When you
Exactly.
when I say bacon, what do you think of? Anyway, so
Breakfast.
we were trying to save the show while you were gone. So.
Yes.
Whoops, my bad.
Like, oh God, summer's gone.
I know.
We can't possibly do this without her.
Oh, I don't know what I'm doing.
Stop it.
We're gonna talk to each other. Come on.
What are we gonna
All
do?
right. Well, I mean, this has been a lot of fun. It's about time to wrap this up. Jesse, why don't you let people know about Patreon one last time?
All right. Well, let me send it out there in a chat there.
There we go.
And
Because you're so good at explaining it where I stutter.
I appreciate that. So basically, if you look at these awesome T-shirts that I'm trying very hard to fit in the camera, and those are as well. We have these T-shirts on our Patreon page. They are available for purchase. But what we are doing and what we're going to continue doing is, while we have these live streams, which we hope to have once a month, we are going to have a drawing. There we go. I'm just trying to get myself centered there. We're going to have a drawing where anybody who subscribes to our Patreon while we live stream, anytime we live stream, will be eligible for a drawing for a T-shirt. And it's really that simple. You can subscribe for as little as $5, and it's basically just a very simple subscription. You get in addition to the T-shirt, you would get access to the podcast a week in advance, and we're going to set up more incentives as we get along. Now that we have the logo out and we have more merch to put it on, there will be more tiers, there will be more incentives, there will be more things for you to possibly win. With that said, if you go to the Patreon page, I sent the link to both Facebook and YouTube. I believe those are the only live streaming platforms that we have this on. So hopefully everybody who is watching us live right now saw that link. But yeah, so you go to Patreon, just do a subscription for as little as $5, and we will go back when this is done. Check it out. We will reveal the winner of the drawing the next time we have a live stream, who gets a free T-shirt, and we're just going to keep doing that every time we live stream. Yep. So please, if you like what you see, or if you like the logo, I'll put the logo back up again so you can see what it looks like. Sorry, I'm not trying to dominate the page here.
We want more Jesse.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm the one who's never on the show. I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. So if you want to see the logo, this logo on some merch, you can also have a T-shirt with that on that, whether the one on the left or the one on the right, it doesn't matter. So feel free to help support our show and help us keep making episodes, because that goes directly towards the production of the show. Yep. And we're going to really just be doing this indefinitely. So there's,
I hope so.
There's no obligation besides just, if you want to, jump out after a month, feel free. There's literally no incentive besides that. Just, but if you would like a T-shirt, or at least a chance for a free T-shirt, all you got to do is go to the Patreon page, subscribe for as little as $5, and we will go ahead and talk to you about whatever style you would like. And we'll go ahead and send it right to you.
All that.
Address. And for an extra $20, Summer will actually walk it to your front door herself.
If you're in Chicago.
Only if you're in Chicago within like 5 miles of her house. But she will do it, and you'll just have to pay for the Uber for her to get there and back. But she'll totally walk it to your front door, and she will sign it for you if you meet all of those very specific criteria. If you don't, then you'll just have to do it the old-fashioned way. But
yeah, so we're super excited about the new merch. Like I said, I want it on everything. I want the clothes, I want the buttons, I want the coffee cup and the tumbler for when I'm on the go.
Yes.
Yeah, I want it all. So
I want my whole house to be decorated in it.
Right?
Dolls all the time.
Clark, thank you for everything, because we truly can't wait to to sport this logo.
Yes.
If you can bear with me for just one sec, I do apologize. Please keep talking. My point is, don't wrap it up this very second because
Okay.
I want to play the promo if I can get it to work.
Okay. And Mark, I
Ooh.
miss you too, and our potato talk.
Potato talk?
Potato talk. Mark
Oh.
is actually a coworker from Paisanos. And he confirmed it by using our secret code of potato.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. All right.
We have a thing. No, Mark's the coolest, and I miss my Paisanos family so much. Like so much. I want to go back to work, not like for the money as much as I want to see these people again.
Right. Your pizza fam.
Yes, my pizza fam. Love them. Love them so much.
So can if I click this, can you hear a chime?
Yes.
You heard a
Yeah.
chime.
Oh,
Wanna make-
yeah.
I just want to make sure you can hear the sound through my PC before I play this, and then everybody's sitting there like, "Why is Jesse just sitting there doing this and not talking?" Everyone's like, "What? Are you going to say something?" All right, so here is the promo that now that we have the logo revealed and we're going to get it out merch. This will be at the beginning of all the podcast episodes, but this is the promo that I recorded not too terribly long ago. So enjoy. Hey there, Dolls of Horror fans. Doll fans? Horror? Fan dolls? Doll heads? Dollars? We haven't come up with an endearing nickname to refer to all of you collectively just yet, so if anyone has any ideas. Anyway, have you found yourself liking our podcast so much that you were like, gee, I wish I could wear the Dolls of Horror logo across my torso all day? Or, my morning coffee would taste much better if the mug holding it had the Dolls of Horror on it? Well, you're in luck, because if you become a Patreon subscriber, you can get a t-shirt or mug or even a onesie for your baby. You definitely should be listening to this podcast about blood, boobs, and other adult themes. Note to self. Take center to the girls.
Now bring a little parts down here. Hell, we got plenty of snakes and lizards for them to play with. There's no problem with that at all.
Where was I? Oh, yes. If you go to patreon.com/the Dolls of Horror, you can become a Patreon subscriber where you get all of our episodes a week in advance, along with some fun merch you can wear, drink out of, or torment your infant with. Go to patreon.com/the Dolls of Horror today. And now for your episode. Well,
And Jesse, you didn't know this when you were making it, I don't think, but there really is a onesie in the merch store.
oh, yeah. No, that's where I got that from. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't
There's
give people false
Children's
hope.
clothes, baby's clothes. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh
no,
my gosh.
I'm not going to give somebody the hope of thinking like, oh my God, I could put something very traumatic on my child's torso and then go there and not find it. Like, of course, I'm going to make sure that it's there.
Well, I wouldn't even dream that there would have been a mini skirt, but there is.
I love how we just like gave the logo to the people who put the things on merch. You're like, okay, have fun with it. And then we come back later, we're like,
It's true.
oh my God, you really did have fun with it. Holy shit.
So true. And I was geeking out, and Clark was like, "Oh my God."
It's like the scene in Spaceballs when he's showing all the merchandise, like Spaceballs, the
God.
lunchbox, Spaceballs, the coloring. Like it's like that. It's like on everything. Like why? Okay, I mean, I'm flattered. And if you ever want to buy like say like a cup holder or a pencil holder that has the Dolls of Horror on it, I mean, like knock yourself out. But I just feel like there's less need for some of the things that we have the logo on than others.
Mhm.
But But at the end of the day, if you want to go to the Patreon page and subscribe, we will be doing these raffles all the time, every time we have a live stream. So that's something for you to look forward to. And we hope to have these every month for about an hour, 2 hours, thereabouts, however long, the chat can keep us going for. So
yeah, we had a good room this time. So thank you guys, all of you guys, for popping in and chit chatting with us. And thank you again to Clark for coming on while he's cooking supper.
Yes.
And we love you. And he said he got cut off before I could properly say goodbye, but that's okay because I actually cut myself off too.
It's true.
So I'm like, whoops. I said I was smart at this tech stuff. So, But it's been so much fun.
Yeah.
Thank you all, and hope to see you in February for another live stream. Huh?
Ooh, maybe a horror trivia game.
Let's do it.
And a certain producer's birthday is in February too, so
That is true.
something for that. So.
Friends, I ordered Jesse a birthday present a month ago, and
is it, do I know about
Yep,
this?
yep,
Okay.
you do.
Okay.
And we picked
It's
it out
good.
together.
Yes.
Let's
But
put it
it's
this way.
coming from the UK, and it said estimated delivery March 15th.
Oh,
Boy.
so first of all, thank you. I mean, I've been made aware of this already, but thank you again that you even thought of
So
it.
next time we have a live stream, he may have it, he may not.
But
You may not.
if I get it
But
before
one day.
the next live stream, I will absolutely wear it because I'm going to be
Yeah.
showing off whatever the gift is. So absolutely.
So you don't want to miss that, folks. Whenever it is.
It could be February, could be March, could be April. Who knows? There's no tracking on this, so I have no idea when it's going to come.
Oh boy.
So it's just going to be a surprise.
Oh, and yeah, and of course, our granddaddy patron John's birthday is also in February, and I don't want to
Hey,
make him
John.
feel
Happy
neglected
birthday,
because
Charlie.
I noticed that there were a few people when I first entered the horror community, like, you guys have a lot of February birthdays. That's awesome, and it's also random. Like, why? Like, why is everybody just happen to be born in February? I'm like,
John,
okay.
when is your birthday?
I know his is before mine because mine is in
Okay.
mine's the 16th, but his is before mine. I want to say his is closer to Groundhog Day. My grandmother was born on Groundhog Day in 1920, and it was funny. There was a tradition every, I'd call my grandmother every birthday she had, and she'd call me, 2 weeks later. But it was just always funny that, like, when I was a little kid, when I learned what Groundhog Day was, and then put the two together, I'd call like Grandma Groundhog, and it was just very cute. But
That's
anyway.
adorable.
February 3rd.
February
February 3rd. Put it on
Run
our
it down.
calendar.
All right, y'all. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. It's been so much
Yeah.
fun. Make sure you go and check out our episodes. Make sure you keep birthday is by trans. I don't know what you mean, Nick.
It's like a treasure hunt. You have to go to Trans World, solve the puzzle, and then find out what his birthday is.
No, I'm good.
You have to go get the key from the fisherman, and then he will take you to the third door. Anyway,
We all know I don't like games. But all right, it's time for me to go to bed because I'm old. So we will talk to you guys later. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Don't forget to go check out our merch, check out Patreon. We're going to have some really great perks. I hope to initiate those this week. If not this week, the next for
Woohoo.
sure. So we're going to get all those fun perks up and running for some really neat stuff. Okay.
sounds good.
All right.
Um,
So
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, we'll sign off now. Okay. I'm Summer.
I'm Jamie.
And I'm Jesse.
We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.